Hey everybody, Kelly here. So, what have I been working on the last couple of weeks? I honestly thought I was going to come to do this video today and not have anything to show. But I'm going through some things and I've got lots to show. Unfortunately, it's not a lot of quilting, but I had some other little projects and definitely a lot of cross-stitch plans. So, let me try to speed it up a little bit here. So I have been working on a snowman panel quilt, actually two of them. It was the same panel just in different colorways. I do have one of them quilted. I don't have it behind me still because it's on my table over there to get trimmed down and to get the binding on. So what I do have behind me here is actually a quilt from a few years ago called Little Snippets by Bonnie and Camille. If I'm having a hard time speaking, it's because I have bit my tongue twice in the last 2 hours. So I apologize if I don't sound real great. I'm probably going to get caught on a couple of words. But anyhow, the quilt behind me is from a quilt kit called Little Snippets from Bonnie and Camille. And I believe this was 2019. I think I put it together in either the end of 2019 or early 2020, and I think I have still seen this kit out and about at some stores, and possibly if you're interested in this one, just look it up on the internet, and I think there's a few stores out there that do online shopping. So it's an adorable one. There is another row of scissors up at the top and some more of the tape measure stripe here, and so you're not seeing the top of it, just seeing most of it. Anyhow, it's very cute. It's tall enough to be a lap quilt, but it really would be a lap quilt. It wouldn't even come up towards your middle a little bit, so it's really a good size for a wall hanging, or just if you were sitting upright in a chair like this and you just wanted something tucked around your legs. But I use it as a wall hanging, or put it on the back of a chair or something like that. Alright, so that's really it for my quilting this week. I do plan on getting the snowman panel quilt. The first one, I have it lightly quilted. I plan on getting the binding done on it, and I plan on lightly quilting the other one as well. And I may not get the binding done on that by the time I come back for another video. So, but if I have them done, I will definitely show them on the next one. And I have another kit that I'm hoping to get a couple of blocks done from anyhow. Alright, so in between, what else have I been doing? So number one thing that I worked on in January was I'm still trying to get a few of my projects from Missouri Star Quilt Company's Advent box finished, and this first one actually was from 2023 Advent box, and I just never got around to getting this one done. So what it was to make some scrappy fabric Christmas trees. So I've got a large one here and a medium size one, and actually I'm going to keep these in a tree box. So when I go to put out my decorations next year, I'll know exactly where this set is. But I did a blue one, the large green one, and I did one with mostly red and white scraps. A little bit of orange at the bottom. Kind of had to make do on that one. But yeah, those were really fun. They were pretty easy. Slightly time consuming in the braiding the fabric scraps. And as you can see, it really is very, very scrappy. I think you could do it much less so, not have the little threads coming off of it. You could do it much less so, but I actually like the scrappy aspect to it, so that's how I did it. And yeah. And when I did those 3, I actually had purchased some cones at the Dollar Tree when I got that project. I purchased some cones at the Dollar Tree as well, and so I did a bunch more. And I thought these would make really cute stocking stuffers next year. So like if you need a cute little gift for somebody, they're actually very easy, and these ones weren't quite so time consuming. I literally just took some scraps and did some braiding and glued them around the cone. So, and it was something pretty easy peasy to and inexpensive to just have for a cute little stocking stuffer type gift. So, and a couple different ones there. And I really kind of like this one. I know that's not a traditional green tree, and I did a lot of blue ones as well. That's not necessarily traditional green trees, but I think they're very cute. So, all right, and other thing I worked on, this was one of the things in the Missouri Star Quilt Company box. It was just a little, I'm going to do it as an ornament. As you can see, as I'm putting my fingers here, I just haven't got the thread or yarn or whatever I'm going to use to hang it. But you had an option for either putting a solid block in there and it's just a shelf sitter then, or for using it as a hanger. And I just thought, that's pretty cute. You know, it's got to be really difficult to come up with different items for these Advent boxes, or, you know, monthly boxes, whatever you want to say. And so I just thought that was a pretty unique idea. So, alright, so that's going to go in this box here, and excuse me just a minute, I'm going to go ahead and package it back up so that I don't knock it over or anything. Alright, I'm going to set that down here. And so, other things that have been getting finished. So, let's go over FFOs. Finally finished. And yes, so first thing was actually from, I'm looking down here because I've got the book down here. The first thing that I finished recently is from the A Cross-Stitch Christmas by Better Homes and Gardens book. I think this is like 2006, something like that maybe. Well, you know what, I'm not going to waste time looking, but I found it on Amazon, and it's got a lot of cute patterns in it. I'm probably breaking the binding with some of my threads here that are sitting in the spot where there's another project I want to do next Christmas. In fact, if I wait that long, I will definitely take those threads out of there. But that project is, and I've got a little other dangly here to go with it. It was a snowman stitch, and so I stitched the snowman, and he has a very he's just got a real flat part right there. And so when I started putting it in this little white frame, I thought it just looks kind of funny with just the flat bottom. Well, not as anyhow. And so I had some scraps nearby, and I thought, I'm just going to grab those and put those on there and try to make it look like he's kind of sitting on a quilt. And so that's what I was aiming for with that. And it is pretty scrappy. They're just kind of glued in there. But I think he's kind of cute. And it was just a plain white frame. But I thought, well, I'm going to bling it up just a little bit with the red beads. And so when I was doing that, then I'm not very good with a hot glue gun. And so I could see the hot glue quite a bit up in here. So I thought, well, I'll just put some little bells and some more of the little rope there, and I can just hang it in the spot, something like that. I might do something different with these, I don't know. It just was something to add a little bling to it. And so I thought that was kind of cute in a way. All right, actually, let me put that on top of the book. Okay, next thing I've been working on. So I did a stitch called Be My Valentine by Stitching with the Housewives. And I had a different finish planned for this, but when I did it, I used the wrong kind of glue, and you could really see the glue on the fabric, and you were not supposed to see the glue at all, but you could really see it. So I cut it down a little bit, and I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna take these magnets they have no strength to them whatsoever. They are supposed to be the little backing buttons for a needle minder magnet, but they have no strength to them, and they just keep falling off my projects. So I thought, well, I will take the decorative part of them and put some real strong magnets on it. And then these, I was considering putting some strong magnets on it, but I thought, you know what, it holds enough to hold this on here. So I thought, well, I'll just do that. And what this pot is, it's just a red pot that holds an amaryllis. And as you can see right now, there's nothing to it. It is actually starting to grow a little bit again. I had cut it down because it wasn't doing very well in January. And so I cut it down and was getting ready to just save the bulb for the year. And if you save them in cool, moderate temperature, they'll come back again next year. So that's kind of what I was getting ready to do. But I thought, I put this on here, but don't put it on here permanently, because now it's after Valentine's and I can just pull this right off of here. And if I want to leave this pot out somewhere, I can actually I could put a St. Patrick's Day stitch on it, or an Easter stitch on it, or something like that. I could also just put a magnet on there. I could just leave it alone. And I had actually at one time thought I would paint a snowflake on here, and so I was thinking about doing that. And then all of a sudden I thought, no, I'm just gonna put this cross stitch on here. Save myself some time and still make it look kind of cutesy. Okay, so Nashville cookbook. Do I have last year's? Yes, I do, right here in front of me. So this was last year's Nashville Needlework Market cookbook. So I purchased that last year, and I have done a few of the projects from it. And so I didn't gather all of the ones that I've done, but I think I got 4. I think I've done 5. So the first one that I completed was actually this little flag right here. It was all of a sudden I can't think. Sorry. From Primrose Cottage Stitches. And so like different designers and different needlework shops, different people in the needlework industry submit charts or recipes to the Nashville cookbook. And this was one that was submitted from Primrose Cottage Stitches, and they also submitted a recipe called Grandma Winnie's Bread Pudding. I haven't tried the recipe. I think I've tried one recipe in here and I liked it pretty well, but I can't remember which one it was for sure. There's one for scones that I'm anxious to try one of these weekends. But anyhow, the little flag, and I just put it on a little pick, I guess is what I want to call it, so that I can actually use it as a flag in a planter. And I put this little flag fabric on the background, and I was okay with the fact that it kind of shows through at the front. I thought that was actually kind of neat. So anyhow, I liked that. And next thing that I made from the book, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to find who actually who actually designed this one. Oh boy. And yeah, I should have looked at it earlier. Shepherd's Bush actually submitted this little stitch right here called C to C. I think that's what, yeah, C to C. And I just really liked the little bird in this, so that's what led me to put some little birdhouse fabric on it. And it's got just scraps from some of the bias of the fabric on the back, or bias scraps from those prints on the back. And it's just stuffed with sawdust, and it's just a cute little pillow that I have downstairs. So next thing that I completed, and I have this chart somewhere, this information anyhow. The next one that I completed was actually from Sherry Berger, Colorado cross stitcher, and it is called Where Flowers Bloom, and it's just a cute little pillow. Where flowers bloom, so does hope. And I thought that was cute. It's stitched on 32 count, I think, and I just put a little blue I can't think of the name of the fabric on the back, and I had just slit it open to put the sawdust in, and then I just covered it with a little patch. So, and just a cute little pillow there. So next one that I completed out of the Nashville Needlework cookbook, Nashville cookbook, if I can find it now, was by Teresa Kogut. And Teresa Kogut is one of my favorite designers. I love her folk art work. So, and it is called, I think it's called Stitch On. And it was 2024 was what it was supposed to be, but I did it for 2025 because that's when I completed it. And I just put a little rickrack there to make the design just a little bit taller, to fit the frame a little bit better. I found this frame at Hobby Lobby just for a couple dollars, and I thought it would be really cool for something. I didn't know what, but I knew I liked that color, and I know Teresa Kogut, a lot of her stitches have that kind of earthy folk art kind of color to it, so I knew I would find something to put in it. So I did. So alright, so that will hang downstairs. I have a bunch of other bird stitches that it'll go near. So, alright. The next thing that I want to stitch out of this book, it's actually going to be a pretty good one for Easter. I kind of have to block the chart out, and hopefully I can get close enough for you to see the little stitch. The big carrots and two little bunnies. I think that will be very cute for Easter. It's not really bright and vibrant, but it is a cute kind of earth tone colors to it, and I think that's cute. The other one that I kind of think is cute, but it is very vibrant, much more vibrant than a lot of my houses, and so but I like that little one right there too. So that might be my next one if I have time to get two little ones done before Easter. We'll see, because I got a lot of other things planned. So, okay. And I also have this year's Nashville Needlework Market book already on order, just because there are 46 patterns in this one, and I've only done 5, and I'd like to do a whole lot more from this. And they are littles. This is the kind of book, like, I will work from this for quite a long time to come. I'll just do each of these little stitches in between a lot of the bigger projects. So it's not something that I feel like I have to get all of these done this year, obviously, because I didn't from last year. And it's a pretty good bang for your buck on that one. Plus the recipes. I mean, it's a big, really good bang for your buck. Anyhow. Okay, so next, sorry, lost my concentration for a minute there. All right, so the next thing that I have been working on. Okay, let me actually set this down. Sorry, stood it up, but I should have set it down. All right. And this is actually the bag that I have my Nashville needlework book in. And I just thought I'd show you. I put the book in there, and I put this little kit in there, and it's got my scissors and a little hoop and a little needle. And then I've got a little bit bigger hoop, and then I've just got some different fabric scraps in there. And then so if I finish working on something else, and I just want to start something little tiny, and I just want to start it right now, this is super easy because I already know what in this book I have want to do, and I probably already have some threads in here. Actually, no, I don't, but that's not hard to kit up. So I do have some glasses in here too. And I'm just realizing I'm throwing everything on top of the glasses. But some magnifiers from Dollar Tree, or Dollar Tree probably. All right, so there's that bag, and that's an easy, I can grab it in a moment's notice and throw some threads in it and go. All right, so what else have I been working on? Okay, so been working on this one just a tiny bit, just doing some fill-in on it. But I've shown this before recently, the barn owl. And I don't think I've got too much more done, but just my barn owl is starting to get a face. Well, has a face, starting to get a neck. And so been kind of slowly working on that. This is one that I plan that, it'll probably take me most of the year, or it won't take me that long, but I'll work on it throughout the year. And I've got threads and glasses all in this little bag. It's a little quilting bag, but that's okay. It fits just right with this little what am I trying to say? Q-snap. It's like, what are those called? All right, so there's that. Let me zip that back up just so I don't lose it. All right. Next thing are nope, that's not stuff I've been working on. It's stuff I'm going to work on. Okay. So the next thing that I have been working on is actually for my 50th birthday this year. It was supposed to be my birthday project for last year, and it kind of was. I started it on a fabric that I realized was going to be too small, and I kind of knew it. I didn't bother. I did a dumb thing and didn't bother doing the math ahead of time, and I kind of thought, I don't know if this is going to fit for sure or not, so I'll just start stitching it, and if it doesn't fit, I'll do something with it. Well, I did do something with it. I decided to make it into a bag. So, cute little stitch there, and I forget whose fabric. Oh, why can't I remember? Yeah, I forget whose. But it's a cute little bag. It's a little bit bigger than what my Q-snap is in here, but that's okay. I like to make them bigger because I do have some larger scroll frames. And then this way I can either fit it in there, or I can, fold it over like that and just grab it by the Q-snap. Alright, so let me show you how far I have got on this. And actually I need to show you the image here. Alright, so this is what the overall stitch will be. So I believe it was actually sectioned off at one time, but then put together in a full pattern. So I think that's really cute as it is here. And so I am stitching on that. And I will not have it done by my birthday, which is in April, but I thought about waiting till then to start it, but I thought, no, I'm going to go ahead and start it now, and I will be continuing to work on it during my 50th year. I'm going to be 50 on April 25th in 2025. So does that make me twice as golden as when I had my golden birthday on April 25th in the year 2000? Yeah. I think so. Anyhow. Alright, so I have got the frame done for this. And I did do a boo-boo, but I've figured it out. I did not figure it out until it was too late for me to want to go back and fix it. So I fudged instead. And they say not to point out your boo-boos, but I'm going to go ahead and point out what I did wrong. So I got everything going just fine. I think I started up here and got to a certain point, and then I went ahead and went down and over a little bit, and then I came back up here and went down the other way. And so I got finished, like I think I went and finished here, and then finished this and down. And when I got down here and got finished up right around in here, I realized things were not matching. What's happening? Why were things not matching? And I'm realizing that it's because these right here, there's an extra stitch in between the three. So there's 2 extra stitches in there. So what I've chosen to do is actually go ahead and make these 2 frames, and then there'll be 4 more here, but I've decided to go ahead and make these 2 frames, and here in the center I just widened out and put an extra 2 stitches in there. So I've already started doing the stitching on the sides of these frames, just so that I make sure that I brought those in one stitch on each side, and then the rest I will flow off of these. So I will be okay. So yeah, so I started kind of backwards because, you know, normally I'm a top left-hand starter, but I thought I better get those frames in there because I know what I'm going to have to do, and I better just do it right now. I don't think if I hadn't told you all that, I'm not sure that anybody would have even realized it. But I can, now that I know, I can notice that this is over too far from the center on this. In fact, you probably can't see that because I was down too far. Anyhow, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna fudge it. And it's okay. It's my stitch, so it's alright. If it had been closer, I wouldn't have done it. I would have gone ahead and pulled them out, etc. But it was so far away that I was just like, I think I can fix this and it'll be fine to me. So it is. Alright, so I'm going to put that away, and I'm going to put it away for a little while, pull it back out, and continue a couple more motifs on that. Okay, so was working on that, and then I have also been working on, it's called a Joyful World calendar. It's a designer that started it, well, she did it quite a few years ago now, I think. It's a designer called the Snowflower Diaries. think I found this, I don't know if somebody recommended it. I think I found it on the internet, but just by typing in the Snowflower Diaries or Joyful World. I think if I put in Joyful World, it will come up. And I forget the artist's name because I don't have it here in my packet. But yeah, it's a really cute little stitch, or not so little. It's monthly stitches. And so I'm going to put them all together in one piece. So it'll be 12 stitches. And yeah, it's just really cute. I think it was a Facebook stitch along at one time. I want to say it's probably going back to 2019, 2020, somewhere in there. I'm going to try to cover up the chart and just show. Sorry, my copy is not very good either. My printer was not very good. But it's going to be a little fox on there for January. So I just thought I'd show just that one for right now. And I'll show you what I've got stitched. So I'll also show you the thread pack that goes along with this. Is something else. It's a mess for one thing, but it's a lot of different colors. You know, when you're trying to represent 12 different months, it's going to be quite a bit. So, and here's how far I have gotten so far. I just started it this week and only did a few hours. So, yeah, and it does look like it's way going to have to be, my fabric's going to have to be blocked when I get done, but it's mostly because it's in the Q-snap funny. And so yeah, so I've got the January in, I've started in on the trees. I don't have all the greens in or anything like that, and obviously I don't have the fox in. And I started on the Algerian eyelets down here. I haven't done them in a very long time. They're not that hard to do, but apparently they were hard for me because I have an extra half stitch in this first one, and the other two I'm pulling a little bit too much on the fabric. So that's why I went ahead and I just needed to start the first couple so that I could do the tree, and then I'll go on with the rest. And when I show this again in the future, you'll probably see that these three are bad and I got better as I went down the row. But anyhow, and it's actually supposed to be solid eyelets. It's just that you do a square of the lighter green and a square of the darker green. So it'll look much cuter when it's done. And I'm a little afraid though of, I had a hard time choosing what fabric I wanted to use, and everything that I chose was not big enough. So, and then I did have one that was big enough, but it was way too dark. So I thought, you know what, I had dyed this myself, just goofing around, and used a bunch of multiple colors, etc. And I don't know, I just thought, I think it might work. I think it might work. We'll see. We'll see. I really hope I don't get to the end and don't like it, but I don't think I will. I think I like the fabric, and hopefully if there's a thread that doesn't show very well on it, hopefully I can just change it out and make it work. So, alright, sorry I gotta put this back in here or I'll get something lost. Okay. Alright, so that's what I've been working on, what I've got completely finished, what I've been working on. And now I wanted to kind of go over what I plan to work on in March and April. And what you can maybe look forward to, hopefully me having a little bit of stitching done on. So, okay, let's show this first of all. So, I want to work on Little Deeds sampler by Scarlet House. Sorry, all of a sudden I couldn't remember. Little Deed Sampler by Scarlet House. This is what I'd like to work on next week. So I've kind of did a rough scratch out of different projects that I want to work on for the spring, and I don't have to strictly follow these plans or anything like that. It's just sometimes like I want to work on different things, but I don't want to be wondering what should I do now? How much have I done on that? Da 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 da. I don't love keeping great track of how many stitches I've stitched and how much percentage I have done on projects or anything like that. But I do kind of like to know, I spent a week on that and this is how far I got, and I've got all of these spring projects that I've got started. I got that one done. I'm gonna do this one too, and this one will take me till next year for sure. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. So that's one that I want to start next week. And another one for the beginning of March is actually to go back to one that I started last year. So that is Hello Spring by my favorite designer, Teresa Kogut. So that one is actually right here behind me, and it's been right here behind me in a lot of my videos. You've probably seen it, but these are the threads for it, or at least some of them. Maybe not. I might not have quite all of them right now. I just needed to start on so many, and it's on one of my huge frames, but I might have a smaller one that I could put this on because it really doesn't need that much space. But this is how far I got on this last year. And I believe that's 1 out of 4 pages. And that I didn't spend... I don't think I spent a tremendous amount of time on it. Maybe a week, maybe 2. And let me see what else is in here that I can show. So yeah, so this is actually 1, 2, well, I guess it's 2.5, 3, 4. Yeah, so I guess it's actually 5 pages if you're, anyhow. But yeah, I've got about 1/4 of it done, a little under 1/4 of it done. Just to show a few others in this book while I've got it here, and what I would like to stitch from this as well, which I probably won't this spring, but we'll see. This one right here, isn't that cute? And I keep saying the word cute, I know. I think it's lovely. It's such pretty tones. I love the birds. I love the piece. Let's see. There was another one in here. Actually, there were several in here. And I do have a couple of these kitted up already and would like to try. I'll try not to show the charts here. But Strawberry Delight. I don't like strawberries, but I do love the birds, and I know my mom loves strawberries, and I love my mom, and I love the birds, and I just think it's cute. So I might do that one for her birthday or something like that. All right. I love this one especially. Also don't like cherries, but I do have cherry trees. So the bird who dares to fall is the bird who learns to fly. I think that's adorable. I like the sentiment. I think that would actually I think that so far that would be my choice for the next one. Let's see, what else do we got here? Sweet Stitcher Strawberries. I don't think I kitted that one up, but let me... Oh, this is the one. This is the one. Wren. I think that's a beautiful spring stitch. So, and I'm pretty sure that I would have the pink fabric for that, so. But yes, that's my Hello Spring project coming up here to continue on and get some more done. Oh, sorry, trying to put the thread back around the way it was. Nope, not gonna work. Okay. All right, so. Uh-oh, did I not write in the one I want to do? Uh-oh, I did not. Okay, well, my plans changed already, apparently. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Okay, well, the next one that I wanted to work on, these are the threads for it. And I actually got this chart when we were at Country Sampler in Wisconsin. We'd gone up to Door County last fall and stopped at Country Sampler on the way back home. And I got this chart, the egg collector, for a really good price. And so I've got it kitted up now and ready to get started on that. And this is the fabric that I'm going to use for it. And I just dyed this myself. It's just pinks with some brown in it. With some tans, kind of neutrally tans in it. So, and that's the flosses for that. So, that's that. Next thing, oop, I need the whole pile. Grab the whole thing, will ya? Alright, so this is quite a bit of a pile here. Some threads that kitted already. And this right here is actually, my printout is from a Patreon chart by Teresa. I belong to Teresa's Patreon. And so this was a chart from last year's Patreon. And this particular stitch is now available through Nashville Needlework Market, or is coming available through Nashville Needlework Market. So a lot of people will be ordering this spring, and I already have it, and I got it kitted up, and I'm ready to go. So, and it's kitted up on, I'm going to do it on Vintage Country Mocha 20 or 40 count. So, I just think that's really cute. A time to sew, getting ready to garden. And I've got some, this is my little cheat sheet for how I'm going to use all that fabric for all these stitches coming up right here. So I have that in there. And the threads, these are specific to this particular pattern right here. So toss those in there. Actually, you know what? That's probably what I have the little bags for. So I will toss them in there. And these are just some little Lori Holt bags, and I usually use them for my flosses and scissors and needle, and then I have all of this in the bigger bag. Alright, so this one here is actually kitted up with, I think I already did these threads for, this was also from Teresa's Patreon last year. And I think I really love that. I'm wanting to get started on that. But she also did 2 other stitches that very much go along with it. And I think before I did this Faith one, I actually would like to do the whole sampler. But I might change my mind. Anyhow, and the threads are already pulled for that, so I just have to pick fabric. Couple other things that are in this bag. This is also from Teresa's Patreon. I don't know if she's released this one yet or not. I suspect that she probably will pretty soon if she hasn't already. And I think I love that. I wish I could do it this year for patriotic. Maybe I can find the time to get it started, but I kind of doubt it. So, alright. But definitely the egg collector and definitely a time to sew. So I've got those. Let me get all this situated and get rid of this set right here. Okay. Okay, that all has to get put together. Oh, okay. Alright, so what do I have next? Yes, okay. Next project that I already have kitted up. I'm ready to go. Definitely for a week, either toward the end of March or the beginning of April, because Easter stitch. Little Robin Designs, High Flying Bunny. I normally wouldn't have, I wouldn't have paid full price for this necessarily. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not very nice. I hope the designer doesn't. I probably would have waited. I did wait till it was on sale. Just because, Easter, to me, this is an Easter stitch. And not really something that I could put out year round. And, I don't know, Christmas stitches to me, are more, yay! You know, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I want to say. But, it probably wouldn't have called to me if it hadn't been on sale, I guess. Sorry, I'm really tired. I don't know. Probably wasn't a good idea to do this right now. Probably sounding grouchy. Okay. But anyhow, that's kitted up and ready to go. So, ow, my eye. Okay, next things. So, next things I wanted to work on this spring are actually, I'm going to spend at least one of my weeks working on several back quarter shop projects, which are, or they're charity quilt along project, or stitch along projects in this case. So in this bag I have, okay, so these are not actually the charity stitch along. Okay, let's do this. These are the charity stitch alongs right here. So I have Bountiful. So this chart right here, I am going to be working on this quilt this year. And this quilt this year, Serendipity. So these two quilts, or charity cross stitch alongs, I participated in. I got the kits for the quilts, but I never got the quilts or the stitch alongs done. So I'm gonna spend some time later this spring, early summer, and try to work on both the quilts and the stitches at the same time. Yes, yay! I can't wait. I like doing projects like that when you can do them together, and yeah. So, all right. So, and the next week that I'm not doing that particular one, I actually also want to work on a couple other projects from Fat Quarter Shop that actually are from Lori Holt. So, flea market baskets. This is one that I could also push off till fall, but I really think it's more of a springtime colors going into summer. At least that's my kind of vibe for it. So, and then I also have Quilter's Cottage. And the stitch count on this one is 99 by 140. It looks huge, but it's really not that big of a project. So I think that would not be too hard. And I think Lori did it on 10 count cloth, and I have 10 count cloth. So that, I mean, that's why it looks like a huge project, because size-wise, the frame itself is 10 by 14, or the stitching size on it then is 10 by 14, because of the size of the cloth. Whereas this one, so 99 by 140 stitches, this one's 183 by 183 stitches. So not quite twice as big, but yeah. Anyhow, Okay, and now I'm gonna get the bag all mixed up. So, sorry about this. Gotta get it all back together or I will get so lost. And this is just a silly little bag that I made using the instructions from Lori's bag making panel. So it's literally, it's just the Zippy Bags panel, and you get the instructions on the side of the panel that you have to cut off in order to make the bags, but it's still a really nice piece of fabric. So I just kind of took that, and there was an extra one of the little hangers there, and put in a zipper in it, and I've got a bag. Okay, so the rest of April, I've got a few other little things here that I want to work on. So this one, if I can find the pattern. Okay, there's a couple patterns in here actually, and I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna do, so I already did this pattern right here from Heartstring Samplery, but I want to do the drum and the needle book, and I think I'll start with the needle book. It's gonna be a little quicker, and from the sounds of things right here, I got enough things already planned, so I probably need to keep a couple of them smaller. Okay. And next, but not least, I don't know if I can even actually show this one, but I'll show you the bag. So just another scrappy bag that I made. And let's see. So this actually is my version of Mirabilia's. And I really can't show you these because they are strictly charts. Uh-oh. I thought I had something. Okay. Just a very, very quick little flash. Well, you know what? Never mind. The first one that I want to work on is called Guardian Cherub, and the other, actually the first one I might be the second one I'm going to mention here, which is Iris and Bird. I just think that's such a spring stitch. And then Guardian and Cherub, it's just a very cute little, not cute, it's a pretty stitch of a woman holding a baby. So yeah, I'm thinking that'd be very cute, very Guardian type, very spring kind of stitching. So and those are both by Nora Corbett for Mirabilia. I mean, it's I don't know, it's not really a Mirabilia, but it's if you look up Mirabilia, you'll be able to go to a website that will take you to these free stitches. So, but it's in this little scrappy bag right here. All right, final stitch selection for spring, for April. And probably shouldn't be the final one. It probably ought to be the first one. It's going to be so small and easy. I say that and then it probably won't be. But it's 37 by 39, and it's You Be Well by Shepherd's Bush. And it's just a cute little stitch, and I'm planning on doing that on, oh boy, I didn't keep track of what kind of fabric, but it's just a little gray fabric. So I think that will be very cute and pretty easy, so looking forward to that. All right, well, I am getting extremely tired. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes, but boy, I'm having trouble focusing here. All right, so that will actually, that's my plans. That's my plans for the next 2 months. So Only other thing that I had to show is I was just this week at a quilt store and I picked up a little bundle, and I just thought I'd show you how cute it is. A little bundle of Tilda fabrics. And I can't wait to figure out something to do with that. I feel like this has spring stitching bag written all over it. But I need to not focus on the bags so much as maybe some little quilts. This might even be like, this could be a really cute little patchwork wall hanging quilt. I think that would be really cute. Did I just say wall hanging quilt? Oh boy, I have to go. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time, and hopefully I won't be trying to keep awake. Okay, bye.